Let's study 1/3 is equal to 2/6. So here we see 1 of 3 equal parts. If we shade that in here, so there's 1/3, you can do it neater. Now that is exactly equal to 2 of 6 equal parts. You see, if we go down here, it's equal to those 2 6 equal parts. From this we see, from thirds to sixths, the number of equal parts has been doubled. 1 of 3, both numbers are doubled to get 2 out of 6. So, what we actually do in a simple form is that we times the top and the bottom by 2. And we know that 2 out of 2 is actually equal to 1. So when we times by 1, we don't change the value of the fraction, we just change how it looks. So here we get 2 out of 6. So 1 out of 3 is equal to 2 out of 6. Now for B, 2 out of 3, if we look at these two parts, now 2/3 is equal to 4 out of 6. And using the timesing method again, we times the top and the bottom by 2, we get 4 out of 6. So 2/3 is equal to 4/6. Let's move on to number 3. So now we're looking at quarters and eighths, and 1/4 is equal to 2/8. So the size of that 1/4 there is exactly the same as 2/8. Now, from quarters to eighths, the number of equal parts have been doubled. 1 of 4, both are doubled to get 2 out of 8. Now in symbol form, we times top and bottom by 2, so we get 2/8. Now for B, 3/4, let's represent it here. 3/4 is equal to 6 out of 8. And using fraction form, 3 times 2 is 6, and 4 times 2 is 8. So both of them, if we times top and bottom by 2 over 2, we get the equivalent fractions. For 5, 1 out of 3, if we times top and bottom by 3, we get 3 out of 9. And 2 out of 3, if we times top and bottom by 3, which is again just the same as multiplying it by 1. 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 3 is 9. B, writing the equivalent fractions here, we get 5 out of 20, and over there we get 15 out of 20. For number 6, now we have to do some thinking. 1 out of 3 is equal to what out of 6? So we must think from 3 to 6, we times by 2. So what we times by at the bottom, we must times by at the top. So we times by 2 at the bottom, so we times by 2 at the top. And 1 times 2 is 2. For here, 3 to 6, again we times by 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. For B, 1/4 is equal to how many 12ths? 4 times 3 gives 12, and 1 times 3 is 3. Next one, now we've simply got 3/4, so again at the bottom we times by 3, so the top we times by 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. For C, from 6 to 30, we've times by 5. So if we times the top by 5, and we get 5. Again, here we times by 5, and 5 times 5 is 25. And there you have your equivalent fractions. If we look at number 7, there's just a mistake here. So we're going to redo that. So, dividing by 2 is opposite of multiplying by 2. Therefore, 6/8 is equal to 3/4. Or in symbol form, if we've got 6 out of 8, if we divide the top and the bottom by 2, we get 3 out of 4, or 3/4. So for 8a, divide the top and bottom there by 2, we get 1/3. For B, if we divide the top and bottom there by 4, we get 1/3 as well. And for C, if we divide top and bottom there by 8, we get 1/3 as well. Let's look at 9. Now we have to do some thinking work. From 12 to 4, we divide by 3. So the top we must also divide by 3. And 3 divided by 3 is 1. So 3/12 is equal to 1/4. And you check, we've divided by 3 and the top we've also divided by 3. For B, from 15 to 3 we divide by 5, and 5 divided by 5 at the top gives 1. So 5/15 is equal to 1/3. For C, from 30 to 5 we divide by 6, so the top we must also divide by 6 and we get 1. So the answer is 1/5. Let's move on to 10. So 8 caps are shared equally amongst 4 boys. So if we say 8 divided by 4, we get 2. So each boy gets 2 of the caps. That's 1 boy, 2nd boy, 3rd boy, and 4th boy. So for B in fraction form, each boy gets 2 out of the 8 caps, or if we divide top and bottom by 2 there, we get 1/4. And as you can see by the diagram, 1/4, next quarter, 3rd quarter, and the last quarter. So when we share amongst 4, often you can immediately think each one is going to get 1/4, even though we can write it like that as well. Let's have a look at number 11. If we have 4 sixths and we divide top and bottom by 2, we get 2/3. For B here, if we divide top and bottom by 3 there, we get 3/4. And for C, if we divide top and bottom by 2, we end up with 3/5. For 12, now we must think a bit. From 8 to 4, we divide by 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. For B, from 9 to 3, we divide by 3, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. For C, from 12 to 6, we divide by 2, 10 divided by 2 is 5. And that's how we have divided top and bottom to get equal fractions. For question 13, 6 of the 8 balls in a bag are blue. So let's shade them just to picture this. There's 2, 4, and 6. So 6 of the 8 balls are blue. That's the information that we're given. What fraction of the balls in the bag are blue? So we could write it as 6 out of the 8 balls, or if we divide top and bottom by 2, we get 3/4. There's 1/4, 2nd quarter, and 3rd quarter, and that's the 4th quarter. For 14, what fraction is 6 kilograms or 15 kilograms? So we've got 6 kilograms out of 15 kilograms, comparing kilograms to kilograms. Now 6 and 15, we can divide both of them by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So here's a new word for you. In the simplest form, 6 kilograms is 2/5 of 15 kilograms. For B, what fraction is 10 minutes of 25 minutes? We're dividing minutes by minutes. So we have no units in the answer, and 10 and 25, to write this fraction in a smaller or simpler way, we divide top and bottom by 5, so we get 2 out of 5. So 10 minutes of 25 minutes is 2/5 of the time.